Yeah, we're getting lost.
Imagine the harsh, sun-bleached landscape of Utah's West Desert. Flat salt flats giving way to rugged hills and lonely mountain ridges. It's a place where time feels timeless, where you can almost hear the wind whisper stories from a century ago. Among those stories is one of grit, hope, and isolation. The tale of the Blackboy Mine. Now you might be wondering, where did the name Blackboy Mine ever come from? Well, no famous person or legend named Blackboy ever walked these hills. Instead, the name was a gritty nickname miners gave it based on what they hauled out of the ground. The ore and the dusty soil here are dark, almost jet black. Miners who climbed out of the shaft at the end of a long day were covered head to toe in black dust, like little blackened figures emerging from the earth. And just like that, the place became known by a name you won't forget, Blackboy Mine. You know you're deep in the desert when tumbleweeds start giving you directions. The Blackboy Mine isn't one of Utah's big corporate operations. It's a small, historic mining site tucked in the foothills near the Drum Mountains in Juab County.
Google says we're here.
Today, it's mainly known for explorers, ghost town hunters, and metal collectors, a relic of the state's mining past. This mine was part of what locals call the Detroit Mining District, a network of small claims and digs where prospectors once chased a dark, iron-rich rock that sometimes appear in veins mixed in with traces of gold, silver, copper, and other minerals. Manganese might seem obscure today, but back when it had real value, it was used in steelmaking and other early industrial processes. It wasn't California gold, but in the isolated West Desert, every rock that promised a payout got a fair look. The mine was one of many claims staked in and around Joy, Utah, a tiny settlement that grew up in the shadow of Mount Larid. Joy was never a boomtown, swelling to thousands of residents overnight. Instead, it was remote, dusty, and dependent on whatever these small mines could pull out of the ground. Miners and prospectors in the area battled the same things you'd expect in the West Desert. Scorching sun, thin water supplies, long treks to haul ore out, and a sense of isolation that can wear on even the toughest of folks. Some stayed, some left, but many just passed through, chasing their own dreams of striking it rich. Here's the real wrench that slowed mines like the Blackboy more than anything else. Getting stuff to the market. This mine is so remote that even Google Maps just shrugs and says, "Good luck, champ." Mining is only worth it if you can move the ore out and money in. But the West Desert was far from railroads, smelters, and processing plants. Roads were rough or non-existent, and every cartload of ore meant days of slow travel. That turned out to be the downfall of many isolated claims. The deeper you dug, the more ore you found. But higher was the cost to get it out. I always like these abandoned mine roads. They start all confident, then suddenly turn into goat trails halfway through, like, good luck, buddy. Without cheap, reliable transportation, Blackboy and others like it eventually just faded into history as operations became unprofitable. Visiting the site now, You won't see a lot of massive headframes or bustling camps. Instead, it is quiet. You'll find old shafts and tunnels, rusted metal relics scattered about the ground, and the scars of where the earth was ripped open in hopes of treasure. The structures that once stood are gone or crumbled, but the feeling of history, of effort and frustration is still there if you let yourself soak it in. The Black Boy is just one piece of a much larger tapestry. Utah's mining history stretches from the copper in Brigham Canyon to silver in Park City and beyond. Many small claims, like the Black Boy, sprouted after the Civil War as prospectors spread out across the terrain, searching every ridge and gully for a break. Most of them never paid off big, but they shaped the settlements, roads, and the stories of the West. Black Boy may not be famous, but it's real. A snapshot of the gritty, often lone pursuit of resources in one of America's harshest corners. So when you stand at the mouth of an old claim, or check out an old rusted wheel, you will find faded history. It's not glamorous, headline grabbing, but real everyday history of people trying to carve out a living on the edge of a desert. And oftentimes, that is story enough worth telling. If you ever want to know what it's like to stand somewhere and question every life decision at once, this might be the spot. Back in the day, miners walked out of here covered in black dust. Same concept as modern skincare, except, absolutely not. That does it for this one. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up. And until next time, see ya.